es muy arriesgado si vamos ahí. Muchos asesinatos, muchos secuestros. Por eso ya hay casi nadie.
That's how our new apartment hunt started. My most requested video. How to rent a place here in San Cristobal. Now, this would be my second video. If you haven't caught the first one, link in the description. And I'm gonna follow this video in which I show you the different apartments that I actually got to see and explore in my hunt for the perfect place. I'm gonna follow it with the 10 things that I think are important to keep in mind when looking for a place here in San Cris. So if you're not subscribed yet, make sure you subscribe so you can catch that one next. We had been living in San Cristobal for about 4 months when we kind of decided that we kind of liked it a lot and we wanted to stay a little bit longer and wanted to experience more because there's so much around San Cristobal that we have not yet gotten to because there's so much in San Cristobal. So we decided to stay longer and I asked my landlord if they had anything available because the apartment that we rented with the speculation that we would be out by October 31st because they already had it rented out for November. And unfortunately, she did not. Thus, making us start our new apartment hunt. The last time I rented, I went with a real estate agent, and if you have not seen that video, the link will be below in the description. She made things very easy, but gave us very few choices. We were in a hurry, so it didn't really matter. We knew that we were gonna only be staying for a short time, so we just took out of the 3 that she showed us, which one we liked the best. But it wasn't perfect. It had a lot of things that I did not like. Something I'm probably gonna discuss in the Buy Me a Coffee circle of friends because I don't like talking bad about people or things or places we visit. I will give you just unemotional pros and cons, but I will not give you emotional responses. I don't think that's fair for all the company. Having said that, I want to recommend the place I stayed at previously, but that's not to say that it wouldn't work for somebody. Anyhow, this is gonna be a long video because I have so much to say. Let's start off with the things that I would not do again. Renting from a managing company. Now, I'm still vague, a little confused, a lot confused by the details of how exactly this works. But as far as I understand, and what I'm gonna share with you guys, is what I was told by my lawyer. Yes, I had to hire a lawyer. Hiring a lawyer was only 300 pesos for a 1-hour consult, which I found amazing, and I am so grateful for it because I was utterly confused by my closing of the lease at the last place. I think a lot of my problems with the apartment that I rented last came because of the managing company. It was impossible to talk to the landlord. As far as I understand, what I was explained is that the landlord comes into an agreement with this company. Now, he called the company Inmobiliarios. Now, that, as far as I understand, just means real estate agent. And the real estate agent I hired, her company was called Inmobiliarios or something close to that. So that's where my confusion comes in. I'm not sure if the managing company is a real estate agent or there's another entity that just happens to share the name. The whole point is that it was impossible to talk directly to the landlord. I always had to go through the company, and therefore my needs weren't necessarily being met, and I didn't have anybody to explain to me how to fix things or not fix things, or what I was responsible for, what they were responsible for. All in all, I did not enjoy that experience. I like things to be clear, and they were not. So I don't recommend getting an apartment through a managing company. I don't recommend signing a lease through a managing company. So whether it's a real estate agent or whoever, I recommend you meet the landlord and sign directly with the landlord. The landlord is bound to care about the place that they're renting to you. They want that place taken care of. Therefore, they're more receptive to hearing what's happening. I'm the kind of person that likes to leave whatever place I rent better than what I found it. I find pride in taking care of my home and having a beautiful home and having a place that feels warmth and inviting. So it's very important for me to find a landlord that shares that sentiment. I thought to myself, well, it might be better to not only contact my real estate agent for her to help me out, but also to look for myself. The way I went about it was to look on Facebook Marketplace. I was told that I could just walk around and look for signs, but once in a while on hostels you will find signs that tell you that they have a room available, but besides rooms available, it's really rare to find a sign. In fact, Anne and I walked up and down the street hoping to find places that were for rent. Ended up asking a lot of people. Actually, one of the locals suggested that I just knock on people's doors and ask them if their units are available. So I did just that. Because of that, we got to see some cool Airbnbs and things like that, but it didn't really work for finding a place. I did also tell several people in locations I frequented that I was looking for a place. That did not pan out 100%, but they were very helpful in telling me where to look, the price bracket, and where not to look. So Facebook Marketplace was actually the one I leaned on the heaviest, plus expat groups in which people tend to just post things that are available. The places that I liked on Facebook Marketplace, I contacted them right away and I told them that I wanted to take a look. Even if what I saw on Facebook Marketplace was not my dream home, it would help me narrow down what is available, different areas of town, and it would also help me understand how they offer homes. There were a lot that were offered without furniture, a few that were offered with furniture. Also the length of the lease. So the first one I found was gorgeous. It almost looked like a greenhouse. I fell in love with it right away, so I asked to see that one first. Fortunately, when I got in the cab,
El norte ahí sí es más peligroso, ahí sí hay mucho problema, mucho indígena, y está haciendo mucho desastre, muchos asesinatos, muchos secuestros. Por eso ya hay casi nadie. Ya es muy arriesgado si vamos ahí. No, casi ya no entra uno.
Yeah, I might have decided to go see it anyways, even though the cab driver told me it was a very dangerous area that the cabs themselves don't drive into. Like, he didn't feel comfortable enough just leaving us there. He's like, I'll wait for you if you want. If you really want to see it, I'll drive you there and I'll wait with you. But what's the point of looking at a house that I will not be able to live in? So as much as I like that house, we didn't even go. Anyways, the next one we went to was huge and purple. what I learned from this house: 1, tin roofs are a thing. 2, no furniture means no appliance. So this was gonna be quite the investment because I would have had to get all the appliances. 3, a lot of homes are sold as dual retail place slash home. So apparently this home usually rents as one of those. It had an area set up for you to be able to either run a restaurant or a retail store or things like that. That seems to be a very common. So therefore the house was really big and very purple. And I even asked if they would paint it, and I got a negativo on that. So I liked it, but I thought the amount of investment that I had to do to be able to just live in it, because the paint wasn't only purple, it was also very damaged. So it definitely needed a paint job. Paint, appliances, plus furniture for a few months seemed like a lot. So that's why that one got rejected. Then we went to the next one. Now the pros of this house: it was in Santa Lucia, which is the neighborhood that I used to live in before, and I really liked it, and we had grown attached to a lot of the businesses around us, and I don't know, it felt like home already. So having to pick up and start fresh in a new neighborhood was not really what I wanted, so I would have loved to stay in Santa Lucia. What I didn't like is the fact that it had that giant hallway that led to another apartment. When you have kids, especially we're all girls, that is definitely something I worry about, right? Like leaving them home alone, are they gonna be safe? Is it gonna be okay? Like I have to feel comfortable wherever I'm leaving them. So I did not like that hallway at all. And just safety inside the unit itself, like the way the staircase was positioned, the way the roof was. I know it's under construction, so there's a chance that some of those things might have been a little bit different when they were done, but that was definitely an issue. Also, the bedrooms were really, really small. One of the things that we didn't like about the other apartment was the fact that there was very little room around the bed to walk around. So the bedrooms were just for sleeping. And having 2 teens, they definitely use the bedrooms for more than just sleeping, because they have art projects, crafts, they might take a Zoom call from their room. You know, there's a lot of things that happen. So it was important for them to have a more livable space. The next one was so cool, and I think that I might have gone for this one. Like, it was just so big for us because there's only 3 of us, but out of all of them, I think it was one of my favorites. Now the cons of this one, definitely the arrangement of it. Very unique, like the living room didn't have walls, like it was open to the elements. This house also had been used as a shop. I think he said a tattoo shop / living area. He also said that they had tried to use it as a hostel in the past and he did not want that. And he said that there would be different pricing if we used it as a business / home versus just home. So that was something I learned in this particular home. Another issue with this home was that it has shared electricity. So if we had to pay, electricity was not included, we had to pay for the electricity ourselves, and it was combined with 2 of the units downstairs. Now, he did explain that they had been there for a few months, so they already knew about how much those people spent. So anything spent over that would be on us. The next house probably had the best location. Now this one also was used as a storefront / home, but it was more clear cut, right? Like the area that would have been used as a storefront was quite separate from the back, and it had some cute areas with rooms. It had a patio in the back. In this particular unit, the investment would have been for us in the furniture. Now, because it was in such a good location, the price was quite high, but she did say that if we weren't going to use it as an actual store, that she would probably give us a discount. Now the next one I saw because it was recommended to us, and I think if I was younger and into partying, I would have probably gone with this one. Now this was a building over the Andador, and they ended up showing us several units. So that was definitely, for me, a red flag that, you know, probably the noise gets old, and the parties and the cohetes and the people screaming downstairs. They did have an interesting closure on the windows for noise reduction, which was interesting, and every unit was completely different. Now it did come with minimal furniture, great location, you have everything you could ever need like right there. That was the pro. She also contacted me and offered me a discount if I decided to take it. Again, red flag. So many empty units, and you know, they're offering you a discount already. Because I have kids, I wouldn't have done the noise thing. Some of the bedrooms didn't have windows, and then to get into the building there was a long hallway. They did have security, they said, but it didn't feel 100% safe to me, 13 girls. So that was the last one we saw before choosing a place. And oddly enough, the place I chose, I did not see. So no doubt that when I envisioned what San Cristobal would be like, this was it. Like, this reminds me of my home. It reminds me of where we lived in Venezuela. It's like a nature and city mixed together kind of idea, and it's gorgeous and quiet, close to a park, close to a river. Like, the vibe, such a difference. I love the new place we got. Love. I'll give you guys a walkthrough soon. We did move in already, and we are making it our home as I hung some of my kids' artwork. When we're all set up, I will give you a tour, and hopefully you like it as much as I did. If you have any questions on any of the rentals or the situation with the rentals or how to rent here, San Cristobal de las Casas, Mexico, please let me know in the comments, and I will do my best to answer all the questions and make you a video focused on the things I missed. Thank you, bye.